the negation of there exists a real number x such that x lies between 0 to 1. So, this you have to negate. So, negation sometimes can be confusing or sometimes can be difficult or sometimes can be both. Okay, now, we can see there is a quantifier here, there exists. Okay, because of that this question is very easy. The negation of there exists is always there does not exist. There exists means it is there. There does not exist means it is not there. So, therefore, the negation of there exists is always there does not exist. So, therefore, really option B is the answer. So, there exists a real number, there exists no real number satisfying this condition. So, now there exists a real number from 0 to 1, there does not exist a real number between 0 to 1. So, therefore, immediately option B can be B is the answer. Okay, now there can be a confusion with other options. Okay, now see this, let us try to understand this. So, this is 0, let us say this is 1. Now, they have given open interval 0 to 1. So, let us go to the little description of this. Okay, now the statement here is saying there exists a real number between 0 and 1. Okay, there can exist any number. So, let us say there exists a real number between 0 and 1. Okay, let us say there is a number between 0 and 1. Okay. So, what is the negation of saying there is a number between 0 and 1? That means there is no number between 0 and 1. So, therefore, the answer is if there is a number between 0 and 1, the negation should be there should not be a number between 0 and 1. So, therefore, option B is the answer. Now, why not option A is the answer? There exists a real number x such that, okay, now this condition less than has become greater than. Yes, now let us try to understand this. This is very near to the answer, but it is not the correct answer. So, when you say there exists a number between 0 and 1 means, okay, so there is a number from the number is not 0, see it is given open. So, the number is not 0, not 1. So, there can be any number from here to here. Yes. Okay. Now the negation is there is no number from here to here. That means any number that is there is outside this. That means it is this side or this side. There is a number between 0 and 1. So, the negation is there is no number between 0 and 1. That is any number that is there, it is either greater than 1 or less than 1. But the thing is here the negation can also include 0 and 1. See, therefore, suppose this was given as 0 greater than or equal to x greater than or equal to 1, then this could have been the answer. Okay. So, now we will again try to understand. So, they are saying there is a number between 0 and 1. Yes. Okay. Now, what is the negation? That means negation is there is no number between 0 and 1, that is other numbers will be outside this. That means 0 also will get included. When you negate, since 0 is not present here, when you negate 0 will be present in the negation, 1 will be present in the negation, therefore, equal to 1 also will come here. So, therefore, option A, if it was given like this, that would have been also the answer. Okay, now look at option C. There exists at least one real number between 0 and 1. Now, we have already said that this is the correct answer. There is no real number between 0 and 1. That means no means you cannot find even one number between 0 and 1. So, here they are saying there exists at least one real number. There should exist no real number. So, there exists at least one is also wrong, because the negation should not include any number between 0 and 1. There exists okay, I think this one was there exists infinite real numbers x between 0 and 1. Therefore, this also immediately becomes wrong, because there cannot be any number between 0 and 1 in the negation. If in the negation the numbers are present, if in the statement the numbers are present, in the negation those numbers should not be present. Okay, therefore, but if you go to the negation of a quantifier, we have seen there exists is a quantifier. The best way to negate is there does not exist. Therefore, immediately you can say option B is the right answer.